Hello, I'm Mayor Kieran McManus. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. Governor Sisolak has announced new guidelines for what will be phase 2 of the reopening process beginning this Friday. This will allow for the reopening of additional businesses and services in addition to the businesses open over the past couple of weeks. Guidelines for all businesses during phase 2 are needed to allow this phase to succeed. I think it's very important that we all understand the economic recovery of not just Boulder City or Southern Nevada, but all of Nevada is very dependent on tourism. And the only way that we will convince people to come back to Las Vegas is by showing we are doing everything we possibly can to not only make ourselves safe, but to make them safe as well. So it's critical that we follow these guidelines during this phase of the process so that we can continue to reopen and remove some of the guidelines that are going to be in place for at least 2 or 3 weeks as we track the spread of the virus and hopefully do not see that occur over time. We will have large resorts start opening next week. They have invested large amounts of money into making sure that their guests not only are safe, but feel safe. So they have put in place many safeguards to keep the guests safe, keep their employees safe, and make sure that the success of Las Vegas continues to recover. A great deal of that is going to depend on us doing our part to not only keep ourselves safe, but those around us safe. So the guidelines continue to maintain social distancing, wear a face covering or mask when you're out in public, and be respectful of what other people are going through in their lives as well. It's one thing to keep the focus on yourself, but it's more important to understand the reason we're taking these precautions are for those around us in addition to ourselves. So please use the face mask, do the hand washing, take care that we are taking care of others as well as ourselves. I know that these past 2-3 months have been very, very difficult on many of us. There are folks that have lost their jobs. This has been a time of financial, social, and emotional stress on a lot of people. Children missed out on school. Our own senior class at Boulder City High School had a drive-by graduation ceremony last week. Those are types of things that we will never be able to get back, but we can certainly look forward to being able to do those things in the future. We've been very fortunate here in Boulder City. We still have fewer than 3 dozen positive tests, and sadly we have had 2 fatalities. But testing supplies have finally become available so that we can do testing in the community, and we have been able to do hundreds of those tests over the past couple of weeks. The results of those tests have been very encouraging. It does not appear that we have a threat of the virus immediately here in Boulder City, but it's important that we continue to do this testing over the next several months so that should that happen, we will know as quickly as possible and be able to react to that. Again, I can't stress enough, the purpose of all of this is to slow the spread of this virus until we have a vaccine or a cure or whatever may be ahead in the coming months. But we must be able to identify when we have a problem. So as I said, I know many residents have already taken the test. We will continue to offer that test. It will be done in various areas around town. We will try and get the word out to everyone as soon as possible about that. And please feel free, if you've been tested once and you may have been around someone that has symptoms, please get tested again. Again, what we are trying to do is identify the presence of it here in the community so we can react appropriately. Another important aspect of phase 2 will be the reopening of houses of worship. Now this is going to be up to each congregation. There are some that may not open immediately as they make preparations. They will also have to follow the guidelines. No gatherings of more than 50 people. Social distancing needs to be maintained. Sanitation of the facilities. All of those things that are important need to be done by our houses of worship, just as our businesses are being asked to do the same. So again, as we move into the future, let's all work together to make sure that the recovery moves ahead smoothly and very successfully. And I sincerely appreciate all your help in doing that. Thank you.